New policies, new style, which raises the question if it is a different President Buhari in the second term. We assess the Buhari second term presidency and the approach to governance and the recent developments in the presidential villa. And the House of Representatives today says it will investigate the judgment of the United Kingdom court, which awards a $9.5 billion against Nigeria over a failed deal with a company P&ID. Hello everyone and welcome to the program. This is Politics Today live on Channels Television. I'm Seun Okimbaloye. It's a 1 hour stretch of the show for the week, the midweek edition of the program. So stay with us, everyone. It's going to be an interesting episode. Get a seat, probably a cup of coffee because it rained in Lagos and it's a cold day. So let's tell you about the outcome of a tribunal case in Imo State where the panel today sacked the lawmaker representing Okigwe North Federal Constituency of Imo State. The National Assembly Elections Petitions Tribunal nullified the election of the Federal House member representing Okigwe North Federal Constituency in the Federal House of Representatives, Honorable Obinna Onwubuari of the People's Democratic Party. In a judgment which lasted for about 2 hours in delivery, the chairman of the panel, Justice Rolly Areman, ordered the Independent National Electoral Commission, INEC, to conduct a fresh poll in the federal constituency within 90 days from the date of the judgment. According to the judge, the petitioner, Princess Miriam Onoa of the All Progressive Congress, APC, was able to prove her petition beyond reasonable doubt. The judge added that INEC and the first respondent were unable to defend the allegations of overvoting, mutilation of figures, and reduction of the petitioner's votes. Then after directing INEC to conduct a fresh election in the federal constituency within 90 days, the court also instructed INEC to withdraw the certificate of return given to Mr. Onwubuari as the declaration of the PDP candidate as a winner in the election was done in disregard of the Electoral Act as amended. But now the House of Representatives has resolved to set up an ad hoc committee to investigate the circumstances surrounding the recent judgment of the United Kingdom court, which ordered Nigeria to pay $9.6 billion or forfeit its assets to Process and Industrial Development P&ID Limited over failed deal and an agreement between both parties. The lawmakers worried that the agreement was signed without due process. The resolution of the House was contained in a motion on the urgent need to investigate the act of negligence in the handling of the transaction, which was signed in 2010. Let's then check out some other political stories we have for you on our political roundup.
The second Federal Executive Council meeting for the Buhari-led administration has held today at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. After the meeting, the Minister of Works and Housing, Mr. Babatunde Fashola, explained the reason why there's been a delay in delivery of road projects across the country. He notes that approvals by the Council is one, but funding, which is a major challenge, is another. The Governorship Election Petition Tribunal in Niger State has struck out the petition of certificate forgery filed by the People's Democratic Party and its candidate Umar Nasko against Governor Abubakar Bello. The tribunal says the petition constitutes an abuse of court processes because the same matter has been heard and decided by a federal high court. Consequently, it upheld the preliminary objection of the second respondent, the APC, against the petition. The tribunal also upheld the preliminary objection of the respondents on the documents tendered by the petitioners, which include those from the University of Maiduguri, the NYSC, and the declaration of age from the High Court in Minna. The second batch of Nigerian evacuees has finally departed South Africa and arrived in Nigeria after a long wait from Tuesday. 314 evacuees and the head of Immigration and Consular Matters at Nigeria's Consulate General in Johannesburg, Mr. Anthony Ogbe, finally boarded the Air Peace flight and left a few minutes before 3 p.m. local time. 4 passengers were dropped over documentation issues. Of the four, a South African woman and her children born to a Nigerian were dropped because of her citizenship and illegal possession of a Nigerian emergency travel certificate instead of a passport and required visa. Lawmakers in the House of Representatives today showered encomiums on the Managing Director of Air Peace, Mr. Allen Onyema, when he honored their invitation. The House is also recommending him for a national award for his selfless service to the nation of airlifting Nigerians from South Africa due to xenophobic attacks. Mr. Onyema, while briefing the lawmakers, seized the opportunity to call for a more united country which cuts across tribe and religion. He says his action was important to demand respect and maintain the dignity of the country.
When you encounter a Nigerian, the first thing he says, I'm Igbo, I'm Hausa, I'm Fulani, I'm this. This country is blessed. 378 ethnic nationalities, not 250, that made up this country. That is a recipe for strength. Can we decide this day to harness this strength in diversity?
Members of the Imo State Elders Council and Imo State Council of Traditional Rulers have passed a vote of confidence on the Emeka Ihedioha-led administration in Imo State after assessing the programs and policies of the government in the last 100 days. The elders applaud the achievements, programs and policies of the Ihedioha administration in Imo State in the last 100 days, emphasizing that from all indications, the government means well for the people.